Okay, the last thing I want to do is show you that these numbers that you need for plotting your box and whisker can all be found in the calculator. So it's important to understand how to do it by hand because especially in algebra you get asked some higher level understanding questions and you need to understand how they're created. But I always would check with my calculator when I finish. So I'm going to go, remember this is a data set, this is a statistical problem, so I'm going to go to Stat, Edit. Now if there's numbers in here, go on top of List 1 and hit hit Clear, sorry, and then the down arrow right here, down arrow, and it clears out the whole list at one time. Okay, you have one job and that's to enter your numbers correctly, so you should check when you're done. I'm going to be really careful here. So I hope that you're entering your numbers in your calculator right now so you're getting practice. Okay, it's ready for 17. I only had 16 numbers, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to go through and double check anyway. Let's see if I can do this with my left hand. It displays the number at the bottom, and I'm going to check each number as I move my finger on my paper. 60, 65, 73, 80, 48, 72, 76, 60, 62, 50, 68, 76, 54, 49, 60, 54, and that's my list. Okay, remember, if you're having your calculator do the work for you, the most important job you have is to enter the correct numbers, so always check them when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my Stat key. So I'm done editing, I'm done entering my numbers, and now I'm going to go over to the right to Calculate. So my arrow here to the right. One variable statistics is number 1, enter. I always use list 1 because then I just have to hit enter like 3 times. Okay, and I get a whole bunch of numbers. So remember the mean was here. We don't use the mean in a box and whisker though. For a box and whisker you're going to go all the way to the bottom. Remember the arrow means there's more stuff down here. So go all the way to the bottom and look at the numbers. I've got the minimum X was 48. Okay. My lower quartile, they call it Q1, is 54. So on the calculator, your lower extreme is called min X. Your lower quartile is called Q1. The median is called MED. Okay, so let's see if you can see this. Okay, here we go. That works. So the minimum here was minimum X 48. Lower quartile 54. Median 61. And see, we're checking these across the top. We had them all right. Upper quartile Q3. And we check it up here, 72.5. Yep. And then my maximum value, maximum element is 80. Okay, so you can check all these with the calculator. I'll go ahead and do it one more time so you can see the whole process. Again, I suggest you try it with me. That's the best way to get this practice and that's the best way to remember. It might seem like a lot of steps the first time you see it, but I promise you, you do this 4 or 5 times and you won't forget. So remember, this is all called statistics. We're going to go to our Stat button. We're going to enter the numbers first, so we have to edit. Okay, if there's numbers in the list, you go on top of L1, so until that goes black, you hit clear and the down arrow. Okay, it clears all the numbers at once. So now we're going to enter these numbers. Okay, 48. So try it with me. Okay, again, you're asking the calculator to do this. Your most important job right now is to make sure you've entered the correct numbers. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going backwards actually. So 64, 60, 72, 70, 44, 60, 76, 62, 68, 54, 68, 72, 64, 42, 65, 52, 48, and we're finished. Okay, once we've checked it, we're going to now go back through, back to our stat button. This time we want it to actually do the math, the calculation, so calculate to the right, calc. Number 1 is one variable statistics. We have one list of numbers, so number 1 automatically is what I wanted on list 1, so enter, enter, enter. I don't really care about anything here for the box and whisker, so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and there are the 5 numbers I need. N is just how many numbers were in my data set. That's another place to double check that you've entered them all. But it's actually the bottom 5 numbers here. So 42, that was my lower extreme, right? My lower quartile was 53. My median was 64. My upper quartile was 69. And my maximum value was 76.